Hello again and welcome back to my channel. I've made these bird skulls out of polymer clay, and while they're not too difficult to make, they are quite time consuming, and I wanted to find a way of quickly producing these, so I've decided I'm going to create a silicone mould. And to do that I'm using this product. This is 121 EasyMould by DWR Plastics. And it's two parts, part A and part B, and these are added together in equal amounts by weight. Comes in firm, soft and extra soft. I think soft should be fine for this project. The working time at 25 degrees, that's Celsius, is 8 to 12 minutes, and it cures within 1 to 2 hours, so it shouldn't take an awful long time before we can demould these. So I'm making the mould base from a ceramic tile, and I would normally have used something like plasticine to stick these down. However, apparently plasticine has a detrimental effect on the cure time of this silicone rubber. So I'm going to do it today with hot glue. So using just a small bead of hot glue, I'm going to try and adhere these to the tile. Now to make the sides of the mould, I'm just simply going to glue some small pieces of glass, again using hot glue. So as you can see, I've unstuck these and re-glued them in a position that I feel is a little bit better. I wanted more space around the actual skulls before the glass started, so that when the mould is finished it will be a bit stronger by having that extra silicone around the edges. So this is my mould, and hopefully everything's fully sealed with hot glue. So just like in the resin video, I have to weigh this out by weight, and I'm covering my scales with a little bit of cling film just to make sure that they stay clean. And as this is equal parts by weight, I'm really having to guess to a certain amount of how much I'm going to need. So I'm just going to do the first part by eye. So I'm going to do 80 grams of each part. Or as near as I can get. I'm on 79 there. It's flashing between 79 and 80. So I'm putting the second part in and taking it up to 160, hopefully. And then I'm just going to mix the two parts together. It's important not to get any air into this because you really don't want air bubbles in your mould. but we do want to make sure that it is fully mixed together, or we won't end up with a properly formed mould. I'm just scraping the sides of the plastic cup just to make sure that I've got everything before I bring the item to be cast into a mould back. And I'm just going to pour a long thin stream in one corner and allow it to find its own level. This way you're less likely to get any air bubbles in your casting. And I think I judged that just about right. So it has set. It's a lot firmer than I imagined it to be. So I'm going to now try and get off all the silicone from around the glass, and to remove the glass. I'm not sure whether my glass was a little bit damp from being cleaned and not dried properly, but for whatever reason the hot glue did not seal it very well. But it sealed it enough, and we do have a silicone mould in here somewhere, if I can just get it out. The moment of truth is there. So now I'm just going to lightly pry around, and hopefully, I'll always cut these bits off afterwards, hopefully we'll be able to get these skulls out. It could be a bit tight, and I might need to go in with a craft knife at some point just to free it up a little bit more. Where the silicone rubber is very thin, it's quite prone to tearing, so I may have to just tidy this mould up a little bit before I can use it, but I'm getting there. Don't want to go too mad with the craft knife because I don't want to cause any splits. And that's one of the skulls out. I can just now peel off the hot glue that was holding it to the tile. And I may just trim that little bit up there where it's really quite loose. And again, I think I'm going to have to just split that a little bit and just gently ease it out. And that's the second skull out. So I'm just going to use my craft knife to tidy up the corners and these little bits here that are quite thin and weak. And we'll give it a go with the resin and see what the casts look like. So if I've done this right, I should be able to just carefully pry the pieces out of the mould. And it's a little bit scary because I don't know whether the resin's fully cured enough. And I don't know how strong this moulding material is. But I'm sure I'm going to find out. And I'm just carefully breaking the seal on the mould. And then I'm going to try and pop it out the fat end first. See how we get on with that. And it is coming out, but I don't want to particularly pull it too hard because I don't want to damage the resin if it's not completely cured. It can stay a little bit soft. And there we have our first resin piece. And I'm quite pleased with that. That's absolutely perfect for what I want. And now just to see if I can get the other piece out. It's just a matter of breaking the seal. For some reason it seems to be more difficult to get out than the original polymer clay. But yeah, a little bit of cleaning up to do, nothing much. And it's a perfect replica of what I put in. So there we have the original, and there we have the cast moulding. The extra bit of resin can be just pared away with a craft knife. And when it's fully cured, anything else can be sanded off or removed using a file. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of our future uploads. Thanks for watching.